They said she was finished. They said she had nothing left to offer. They said Meghan Markle would fade into obscurity the moment she stepped back from royal duties. And yet, here we are, once again, watching a woman they desperately try to silence, rise, evolve, and inspire. Now isn't that something? While her critics chase clicks by recycling the same bitter headlines, Meghan is doing what truly powerful women do. She's building, she's healing, she's dreaming out loud and encouraging others to do the same. And the most delicious irony in all of this? She's literally doing it with jam. Yes, jam, you heard that right. But this isn't just about a fruit spread. This is about reinvention, about a woman who, despite years of relentless bullying and racist tabloid abuse, dared to imagine a life where her joy could be her business, where her passion could be her legacy, and where her voice, unfiltered, unapologetic, could help spark a movement. In the latest episode of her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, Meghan welcomed the powerhouse entrepreneur Jamie Kern Lima, the co-founder of IT Cosmetics. But this episode wasn't just a conversation between two businesswomen, it was a masterclass in vulnerability, growth, and purpose. Meghan shared how American Riviera Orchard, her new lifestyle brand, was born not from strategy, not from some celebrity ego trip, but from something simple and soulful. She said she just loved making jam. That was it. It brought her joy. She shared it with friends and family just because it made her happy. And isn't that where the best ideas start? Not with a marketing campaign or a launch team, but with pure intention. She didn't rush out to slap her name on a dozen products. She didn't call in stylists or stage photo ops. She stayed grounded. She stayed honest. But even then, she admitted, fear crept in. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and yes, the fear of opinion. Can we pause for a moment there? How many women have felt that same fear? How many women play small, not because they lack talent or ambition, but because the world keeps telling them they're too much, too loud, too ambitious, too different? Meghan asked herself, am I playing small because I want to play small, or am I playing small because I'm scared? That question, raw, honest, deeply personal, is the heartbeat of so many women's journeys.
And loves it.
Funny
And yet,
too that you
how
keep
often
saying
do we
Meghan
see
Markle.
this
You
kind
know
of
I'm
truth from
Sussex
public
now.
figures?
You have
Rarely.
kids, and you go.
Because it's easier
no, I
to
share
pretend
my
you've got it
name with
all
my
figured out
children.
than to
Yes.
admit you're
And
still
that feels
figuring it
so.
out. But Meghan
I
has
didn't
never
know
taken
how
the easy
meaningful it
route.
would be to me.
She's
but
never been afraid
it
to show the
just means
process,
so
whether it's
much to
walking
go,
away from an
this is
archaic
our
institution
family
or
name.
sharing her story with the world. And that's why people connect with her. That's why her products, her brand, are resonating on such a deep level. Because it's not just business for her. It's storytelling, it's intention, it's legacy. And of course, in that journey she had mentors, powerful, wise women who stood by her and offered guidance. One of those women, none other than Oprah Winfrey, a friend, a guide, a titan, a woman who's been through her own fires and come out shining. Oprah told Meghan something deeply profound. There are tons of things you could put your name
50
on,
for my mom.
but for you and how you like to show up for
Felt like
people,
the right thing
once
to
you
do.
figure
And
out
I
how to
thought
encapsulate your essence,
anyone who
then
got
you'll
one
know.
of those 50
Let that
jars-
sink in, because that's not branding advice. That's soul work. That's legacy thinking. That's Oprah looking into Meghan's heart and saying, what makes you you? Put that into the world. And Meghan listened. She didn't rush to sell candles or throw her face on cookie-cutter merchandise. She waited until it felt right. And look what happened. The first release of her raspberry jam sold out in under an hour. No massive PR push, no red carpets, no media blitz, just pure organic interest from people who are curious about what Meghan is building. Because the truth is, people are done with fake. They want real. And Meghan is giving them that, one jar at a time. But the mainstream media, oh, you already know, they couldn't handle it. Suddenly everyone had something to say about a jam jar. Is it elite? Is it unnecessary? Is it a PR stunt? No. It's a woman doing what makes her happy, and they hate that they can't control the narrative anymore. They hate that she walked away from the circus, took her husband, took her power, and said, I'll build my own table, thank you very much. And now they're standing on the outside, faces pressed against the glass, watching her thrive. Meghan also talked about how Jamie Kern Lima told her to slow down. Meghan had originally planned to launch in just a few months, but Jamie said, that's too soon. And instead of brushing it off or pushing forward out of fear, Meghan took that advice to heart. She said it gave her the grace to have the space, to not let other people's urgency become her own, and again, that's the kind of wisdom we all need. The media tries to force timelines on her, they speculate, they demand, they pressure, but Meghan is not here to meet anyone's deadline but her own. And that is power, that is sovereignty. She reflected on how social media creates this illusion that everyone has it all together, that businesses just pop up overnight fully formed. But that's not real life, she said. The process can be painful. It can make you question yourself. And isn't that the truth? The path to purpose isn't linear, it's messy, it's human. And Meghan, in her trademark grace and candor, is showing us that even in the mess, beauty can grow. So let the haters talk. Let them waste their time mocking jam jars and clinging to a narrative that's been tired since 2018. Because while they're spinning lies, Meghan is spinning gold. While they're gossiping, she's gardening. While they're shouting into the void, she's creating something that will outlast every headline. And let's not forget who's standing with her. Prince Harry, as steady as ever, supporting his wife with quiet strength and unwavering loyalty. Together they are everything the institution feared, independent, authentic, and beloved outside the royal walls. And that is the ultimate threat to a system built on control. So here's the truth. Meghan Markle is not just making jam. She is making magic. She is making moves. She is making meaning. Meghan Markle shares how Oprah Winfrey helped her think bigger about launching her brand. The TV icon helped inspire the Duchess of Sussex take her idea of making small batch jam to the next level, Meghan shared on her latest podcast. On the April 29th episode of Confessions of a Female Founder, the Duchess of Sussex's podcast with Lemonada Media, she welcomed her friend and co-founder of IT Cosmetics, Jamie Kern-Lima. The conversation included Meghan talking about launching her lifestyle brand as ever, thanks to some wise wisdom from friends. Meghan explained, "At the beginning I just liked making jam. All I liked to do was just make jam and preserves. And it went from, okay, I'm gonna share this jam with lots of friends and family, to people really like it and it brings me joy. So maybe I can share it more broadly." But even then, I was in so much fear of failure or opinion that I wasn't thinking big enough at first. I thought, I'll just do small batch jam from home. And I had to step back and look at what I was doing and saying, am I playing small because I want to play small? Or am I setting in motion playing small because I'm scared? It was Winfrey, who was a guest at Meghan and Prince Harry's wedding in 2018, who gave her some advice to consider. Oprah, who I know as a mentor and friend to you, same for me, she was the one that said, there are tons of things you could put your name on. But for you and how you like to show up for people, once you figure out how to encapsulate your essence, then you'll know. Raspberry Spread was one of the first products that launched for As Ever, which sold out its first release in under an hour earlier this month. Kern-Lima also offered advice to Meghan as she got As Ever off the ground. Meghan said, "For me, starting a company, it's newer. I am surrounded by very savvy businesswomen friends. You and I had just become friends and I was talking to you about business. I remember you said to me, okay, so what's the timeline? I said, oh, a couple months from now. You said, that's too soon. And I didn't want to hear that, but you're right. You planted a seed that became a knowing for me, and it gave me the grace to have the space to take my time until it was right," she continued. "To really not be concerned about someone else's urgency or the media's urgency or speculation's urgency, somehow becoming my urgency. To wait until you're ready. Even if I didn't want to hear it, it was the thing that I needed to hear." Kern-Lima added, "If all of a sudden our timelines are being pushed out or something, we think we did something wrong. We think, oh, everyone else sure looks like they have it together on social media or whatever, it must just be me." Because a lot of times when you look at companies or you look at businesses or anything online, you see the outcome or the external. Meghan agreed. Yes, they create the illusion of, here's the finished product and look at how great it is. It's just tied up with a bow and the bow is perfect, as opposed to, the process is not perfect. The process can be painful, and it can be riddled with things that don't just make you question your business, they make you question yourself. And if you're here for that, if you believe in what she represents, then this is your moment to show up. Subscribe to this channel right now. Share this video. Drop a comment and let us know what you see in Meghan's journey. And if you want to help us keep speaking truth, keeping this space safe from the noise and the hate, hit that super thanks button and support our work. This is Royal Sussex Squad. We see Meghan, we stand with Meghan, and we'll keep standing, louder and prouder than ever, because her light is unstoppable, and her legacy has only just begun.